everybody, and welcome to Jing TV. This week we're going to be talking about social media. Can we use it to attract more clients or not? So welcome to this week's episode of Jing TV. I'm Rachel, this is Meg, and this week we're going to be talking about social media and whether this is a good way for massage therapists to attract more clients.
So I think that massage therapists generally are a bit afraid of it.
Yeah, and so were we until not that long ago.
And feel like it's really artificial. And I think if you can get your head around the fact that it's only a vehicle of communicating with more people, it can become your friend. And it actually can attract more clients. I think one of the reasons it can attract more clients is you can be truthful on it, right? So you can start to use your Facebook page in particular, which I feel a bit more connected to.
Facebook.
I am, because I like the images. Being able to share.
Pictures.
I like pretty pictures. Being able to share real information with people out there. So instead of sort of thinking, oh, I should send this article to so-and-so, or I should do that, it's like you can just post that. And it also, it's like setting up your, well, they use the word profile. It's like, who are you as a professional? And maybe that's the first point I should say. Your Facebook page in particular, as a professional, should be a professional page. Yeah. So don't make a mistake of having that like merging page there. So for instance, I've got one that's Megan Murray LMT. That's my licensed massage therapist page. And then I have a personal one where people can put loads of pictures of me and whatever. And it's not like I'm trying to hide that other side of me, but it's not interesting to my clients or my students. So make yourself a Facebook page that's just about that.
Yeah. The best quote that I ever heard about social media is like words of mouth on steroids. And I think that's a brilliant quote, because both Meg and I obviously did grow up in an era where there wasn't social media. This is only the last 10 years, and actually when we started Jing, we were still sending out paper confirmation letters, and the whole rise of the web has really come since we started our business. And we started our business the old-fashioned way, going out, talking to people on the phone, doing lots of demonstrations, which we still do. And it's perfectly possible to develop a business without social media, but these days you can get the word out much quicker, faster with social media. And obviously, as generations grow up, these are the main communication tools that people are using. So don't be afraid to get the word out on social media, and it is something that can actually save you time in the long run, rather than engage you in useless time, which I think is a lot of the fear around social media. Oh my God, I can barely answer my emails and my phone calls, and now I've got to spend a whole load of time managing a social media page. And one of our tips actually is, if you're not doing any social media at all, is to just pick one thing. So Meg's really into Facebook. I've got a Facebook account, but I don't use it as much either personally or professionally. But I love Twitter. And the reason I love Twitter is because I can get it on my iPhone, so it's with me all the time. It's short, it's punchy. I can't get Facebook on my phone, but Twitter I like, because I like texting. I prefer texting to sending an email. It's much shorter for me. And Twitter is about really group texting.
Well, and you like the following aspect,
I do,
right? So you like the idea that you can get information, and that the big thing with Twitter is that you can communicate with people that you might not necessarily have access to. So also it's an educational tool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So you're sharing bits of information that might be research, that might be, different techniques, that kind of thing. And I think also, again, I can't kind of press this enough, is that if you want to be taken seriously, like i.e. having that practice that we talked about, which is 20 clients a week kind of thing, is that having some sort of presence on the web, which includes a social media presence, actually makes you much more respected, I think, in the business world. Yeah. And we're not pushing everybody to have these massive practices, but it's about, how are you going, what are you reflected on, what do people think of you as a practitioner? So again, on the Facebook page, for instance, you might not have done a load of research, but you might find an article from the University of Florida Touch Institute, or else a Jing Institute. We're doing a lot of research, and you might say, well, this was a really great thing about RSI, and you can put it on your Facebook page, and then people start to realize you actually are having that kind of thought processes about what massage can do. So there's a whole way that you kind of build something there.
Yeah, and I think the two great things about social media is, one, it can reveal the slightly human aspect behind the brand, which is quite, can be quite useful. The other thing I would say is, although it is a sales tool, don't treat it purely as a sales tool, because that actually turns people off big time. The new way with the web is all about sharing information, getting conversations going.
Honest.
So people come to your Facebook page or follow you on Twitter because you're saying interesting things, not because you're putting out 6 tweets a day about the courses that you've got. So I'd say that, yes, it's fine to let people know about things that you're doing, special offers, but don't let that be the only thing that you do. And I personally have a big turn off on Twitter if I follow somebody and they send me an automated message saying, thanks for following, please go and look at my website page. I'm like,
but you can, as a therapist, put out things like, I've got 4 extra appointments tomorrow. Anybody want one? So that can also really make a difference.
So much to say about Twitter and Facebook. I think we're going to have to carry this on, aren't we? It's another time. So anyway, if you're not doing it, do it. Do Facebook or Twitter, one or the other.
So you could do it with Jing, which might be your first point of reference. So join us on the Facebook page for Jing as well as Twitter, and you can also check us out at www.jingmassage.com and our online courses on our shop on the website.
And send us any questions through there and we'll answer them on upcoming episodes. Thanks for watching.